Barry Odom's with us, Cofield and Company. Closing the season strong is important from a schematic standpoint, execution on the field, but also from a stamina standpoint. Did you feel down the stretch like you lost anything from a stamina standpoint?
I thought we were beat up a little bit, but my guess is probably everybody in college football was.
Yeah.
I don't know that once we got to the arena there, the last 2 weeks of the championship game and then the bowl game, I don't know that we were built for it yet. And that's everybody. That's the approach. That's the habits. That's the understanding of, okay, we've got an opportunity here in the championship game to go do something that's never been done. I'm not saying the arena was too big. I'm not saying that. Our kids did a heck of a job. We were towards the last 3 to 4 games of the year, we were hanging on in a couple of position groups with just getting guys to the game.
Yeah.
And I think some of our preparation was affected by that.
Well, you got beat up at running back, obviously, with Jet going down, and then you caught the bad break of Baldwin and now Jure, who's up at Washington State. They got hurt, so it tested the depth. But what I was building towards is the first 3 quarters of the season was awesome. You had almost no injuries. And I still don't believe that your strength coach has gotten enough shine on what he did. And I think we're going to see it again coming up here when we first see the players in the fall, just how he's the stamina, staying injury-free, and also building up the bodies.
There's such a huge part in that. I mean, that is our advantage, in my opinion. One of our strongest advantages is the job Jeff Fish does. Our players will be ready when we start practice. They're going to be ready to go through a 2-spotted 24-period practice, which is hard to do, and they're going to be ready to go. And I have no doubts that we'll be ready to practice the way we need to start fall camp. Now, can we maintain that through the month of August? Can we get to game week and have everybody healthy and ready to go? There's some of that is management of the practice schedule. There's some of it luck of the draw on how things go with injuries. But I have no doubt we'll be ready from a physical standpoint. And then you look at our team, Steve. We measure all the time on vertical jump numbers, explosive numbers, power clean, hang clean, broad jump, and we compare those to where we were last year at this time. We're a different football team in a good way.
Also, the freshmen who showed up in the spring, a little bit of a head start. They're bigger.
Yep.
They're bigger than they were last year as a freshman group. They're bigger than the past. I saw an interesting tweet yesterday, conversation starter, and a lot of it was built around Dion. And they were asking, they put up 3 coaches, Dion, and actually Mike Norvell was not on the list. I forget who else was not on the list, but it was Portal King, right? Who's the coach who's the Portal King? And I saw Lane Kiffin was like, Dion. And I started thinking about it, and I'm like, I don't know if you want to embrace this, because I know you didn't like the portal. You told us the story. You can tell that again, but you actually could be up for this imaginary king, Portal King, because I started looking through the roster last year. You had like 8 or 9 guys, and I'm probably undershooting, who were like key parts of your rotation, and I think you may have more this year from the portal.
We have substantially more this year. It'd be interesting to look at it on paper. The portal's been very, very good to us. And now, we're going to be a high school recruiting team, and we have been. We've signed 48 high school players in the 2 cycles I've been here. That's not going to change. But also, as soon as we have an opening or a departure or a roster spot that's available, we're going to be very, very aggressive. We're going to be select and direct on who we go get, and we're going to get guys that are here that can help us win a championship.
Accolades on the Portal King angle. Obviously, Jackson Woodard probably was better than you guys thought. He was that's unbelievable. The year he had All Mountain West Conference. Now he's the Co preseason Defensive Player of the Year. And I have to keep mentioning, in a Portal King listing, getting Jose Pisano is one of the more insane things I've ever seen.
No doubt. What a weapon he was.
Ridiculous.
I mean, and that's one of the big question marks we have going in. We won some close games last year. I mean, Colorado State, Jose won us the game. We don't know who that guy is right now, and we feel like we've got some real talent at that position. But it's easy to Jose graduated, next guy in. There's a lot. I mean, he scored a lot of points and a lot of clutch points.
Same deal on next guy in. I think you've got 3 good guys to work with at quarterback, aside from the young guys. Where are you right now? We're all poking and prodding about camp coming up here with Sluka just showing up. About a month ago, Haj Malik was, one of the guys in the spring. Cam, how you feeling?
I feel great about the depth in the room. I feel like that most positions on the team, every position on the team, we're a lot better than we were last year at any point. Now, what does that look like going through fall camp? Who separates themselves from effectively running the offense? Who can complete the ball? Who takes care of the football? Who can convert on third downs? Who makes a smart decision on 2nd and 7 and just throw it away to live to play third down? All those things that go into playing the quarterback position, we know how important that spot is. It'll be an interesting battle, just like it's going to be an interesting battle at defensive back, just like at one of the linebacker spots, just like it is at receiver for who is the number 4 receiver. I mean, this is it's going to be fun because there's real battles at most every spot.
Fired up.
Jackson Woodard said yesterday, he's like, I don't know how they're going to decide who's playing in the defensive backfield. It's like, all those guys deserve time. It's going to be, which is a good problem to have.
Look at the smile. Barry Odom's with us.
Yeah, we mentioned you have 3 quarterbacks, which I think is important. A lot of people talk about 2.
Yeah.
Everyone loves and raves about Cam. And what he's meant for, even when he's not on the field, what he's meant to the program.
What Cam Friel has done from the time the bowl game was over last year until today is remarkable. Now, physical development, understanding of the playbook, schematics, throwing, he is a different player. And I felt strongly about him last year towards the end of the year because of the development he's made. He's a talented dude.
I had that list of 9, and I guess I'll put you on the spot here. Can you remember back to fall camp last year with some of the transfers, some of the new guys,
No.
and where you were like, well, I mean, but I'm sure you can recall, like, hey, I thought this guy was something, and then he was like, whoa, okay. Yeah. He turned out to be really good. Is there anyone that comes to mind aside from Jackson, all conference honors?
From last year?
From the transfer portal, yeah. My list was Woodard, VD, Jackson Turner, Lester, Pisano, Elad, Whitmore, Webb, Haas.
Jack Haas for me.
Okay.
Because the importance he played at playing center, I mean, that guy, for us, the value he has is as important as any other position because him snapping the ball, most of the communication piece up front starts through him. He has been a rock-solid player for us at that spot.
These transfers, Shear was on with us like 3 weeks ago, and he really raved about Grimes, which is an obvious one. That's a high-profile guy. Can I just throw a rando at you? You guys always add a couple of players in June. I'm like, who is this? Where is he from? What school? Did you need help on the defensive line? I feel like your rotation is deep. Can this guy, Grant Hessler...
Yeah, I think so.
Can he play? He's 6'4", 300. He looks like he's 38 years old. At least in his photo, I'm like, he looks mean.
He may be 38. I don't know. I've always, and I guess it's the league that I grew up in, we're always going to try to oversign offensive defensive linemen because you're an injury away from then getting thin in your depth. And if you don't have somebody, if we can't run the ball and control the line of scrimmage on offense, we don't have a chance. I don't care how good we are everywhere else. Defensively, if we can't stop the run, and that starts with up front, the front 7, if we can't stop the run, it doesn't matter how good the guys we have in the backfield. So I'm always going to try to creatively find a way to get 1 or 2 more at those spots. And this, I believe, in the line of scrimmage.
Barry Odom's with us. Last couple of questions. You can get your tickets, UNLVtickets.com. Get them now. Single game, the mini packs. There's generally a gift attached to the mini packs. You can get season tickets as well. Season tickets over at Legion start at as low as $150. One, Adam, I know you covered the SAC Summit. That's another one of those unique events that you guys hold, and it's at your facility. Yeah. Were you around for that? I saw a lot of people kind of raving about the influence of the SAC Summit.
It's amazing the amount of guys, NFL players we had here. Hall of Famers, all pros, upcomers. It was fun for me because Darius Robinson, a kid I recruited at the University of Missouri, was a first-round draft pick now in this last year's draft. He was here. He connected with Antonio Doyle, who I recruited also to Missouri. Then after I got fired, he decommitted, went to Texas A&M. Now Doyle is here on our team right now. Darius is here. They connected. So to watch those connective pieces go back together, and then the knowledge that the pros were able to give to our guys as visitors of the SAC Summit, forever grateful. And it's unique because we're the only place in the country that could pull something off like that because guys want to come to Vegas. And Max Crosby, kind of really was the leader of getting all those guys together. I sent him out a random message. He shot back immediately a response, and his thankfulness for the facility, and had a number of things motivationally to pass on to me to give to the team. So it's a really cool connective piece that I don't know that I realized all the opportunity that were here when I got the job.
You should write about Antonio Duell.
Sure. Well,
he is such a good story. I was using him as a reference to two 24-year-old dudes I was talking to from Nevada. His story is great because you mentioned he's had this journey. That kid stood in front of me and was like, man, I am so grateful for this final opportunity. He's like, I just didn't get it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of kids like that, right? Who don't know at 18, 19 years old.
Everybody matures differently. And you got to go through it, and you got to get dirty a little bit in your experiences. But Doyle's, he's 6'4" and some change, 265 pounds. I think he's a draft pick. He'll be an impact player for us.
Good luck this week. I think your players are all going to disappear. Video game's coming out. I'm not going to be heard from for a while.
I'm mad about my rating. I'm pissed off. I don't know what it is, but I'm mad about it.
Join the crowd. All right, Barry, we appreciate it. There is Barry Odom. Get your tickets, UNLVtickets.com.